I feel like I'm walking the plank. I go out to the strip club the night before. I'm like walking the plank. I'm drunk still, dude. In my dress blues, I'm like getting ready for trial.
This almost felt worse because these guys were also like so f***ing stupid. That was the other thing. Like they were just so dumb. They were not on a level with anyone I've ever talked with, and they had these beliefs that then
blinds me even more.
Yeah, it just blew my mind. And you're out there and seeing this up close.
Yeah.
Every day. Was there a thought like, all right, I was ready for war, but this is insane?
Well, I think that you really just, you can't even identify with them, right? So it just makes what you're doing so simple. Where you're at, you're like, dude, these are just people I don't identify with. I didn't really see them like that, So I just get you disconnect. Like, man, fuck these people.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Fuck them. So it's just like absolutely no issues with what we were trying to do there and what, the whole overall strategy was there.
And with the Peshmerga, I'd imagine they had a pretty similar attitude.
Man, they'll chop those motherfuckers' heads off and put them on their back of their body. Right? They do, right? And they got no problem with it. Those guys are tough, man. Tough dudes, and they got no issues with what they're doing there.
Yeah, and they, we talked about it a little bit, but it's literally like they just don't have lines on a map.
Yeah.
But they have their part of the map. It's so bizarre to me because I think about it like, imagine if Florida and like Louisiana was just like, yeah, we're not going to pay taxes to DC anymore. We're just right down here.
Yeah.
But they're still Florida and Louisiana.
Yeah.
Like it would make no sense.
Yeah.
But that's what they're doing with Iraq and Syria. They're just like, no, we're good. That we have our own military, which is effectively, that's like their government, right?
Yeah.
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 Crazy.
There's also support from the United States, obviously. Right?
Yeah.
We have a military base in their capital, right? A massive international airport, right? And with huge military presence. Massive, right? And so we're obviously supporting it in some way, but we're not gonna really institute the lines because, that's gonna just create more friction in that area than it already needs to be.
That's so
They don't really give a fuck about the lines though. They just want their autonomy, and if they're kind of left in there and whatever. Those guys were fighting Hussein, Saddam for fucking years. They call some of those guys, there was one guy, Lion of Erbil, man. These guys are
Lion of Erbil.
Yeah, dude, he's just like a commander out there, bro. A Kurdish commander who's just been fucking getting after it since Saddam. And now just new people, right? He's just, and we'd be in his house, just tough, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No.
Very, very. That's a cool cultural experience you got. Like,
yeah, I'm really grateful for it.
Them.
Yeah, going in there and just eating with them and kind of sitting there feeling the vibe. I have a real love for the Kurds, man. They were great to us.
But now you go home and you're facing 6+3.
Yeah, man.
How soon is the trial? Like you land back in the U.S.
I volunteered to stay in Iraq.
What happened there?
So that actually helped because it kicked the can down the road.
So you stayed longer.
So I was going to stay longer, then they canceled it. But because the court date already got kicked, I had a little buffer. So I had like a 3-4 month buffer. So, but then, I'm still training, I'm rocking and rolling and still going. Now the trial comes. So I'm like, all right, I guess I go up there. So I'm up there, I go in my dress blues, I feel like I'm walking the plank. I go out to the strip club the night before. I'm fucking, I'm like walking the plank. I'm drunk still, dude. In my dress blues, I'm like getting ready for trial. I dead serious. I was like, fuck this, dude. I'm just let's do this thing.
What's your lawyer saying to you?
Bro, he calls me. Well, he calls me and he goes, hey, there he is. He goes, where are you? And I'm like,
taking a shit.
Yeah, I was. And I was in my dress blues. And I'm sitting there and he's like, you coming down here? I'm like, yeah, I had like fucking be down there in like 15 minutes. And he's like, well, we got good news. And I said, what is it? And he said, we got misdemeanors. I said, all right, I'll sign it. Because I was like, any misdemeanor I'll take. He goes, but they're maxed out. So they gave me 2 misdemeanors, maxed out formal probation, which is 4 years of like all these stipulations. And you got to pay this guy all the restitution in a check like fucking now.
How much is that?
It was like my whole Iraq check pretty much.
Oh my God.
Of just restitution. He was still suing me, by the way, civilly.
Oh, so that's, oh my God.
That's still going on.
Separate.
This is criminal. So yeah, so I was like, he goes, or it's going to be a felony. I said, fine. So I sold my truck, all my Iraq check, and just wrote this guy a check. They gave me 4 years. I had to still serve some time, mind you.
How much time?
Just a few weeks. So I did
nothing.
So I did a few weeks in Idaho with all the felons again. As an active duty SEAL, I took vacation to go fucking to jail.
What is the command saying about? Like,
I just kind of dipped out, bro. I was
good.
handling it so smooth, and with and attorneys, and I had my letters organized. I'm like, hey, I just got to go away a couple weeks, and they're like, oh, but it was between a cell. It was between a cell. It was like things were falling so perfectly because it wasn't like I was missing work. We had like a 2-week break, and it just fell right in that area, and I'm like, okay. And then I took a little bit of extension, so it was really like seamless. And I fucking get out. I had my top secret security clearance pulled. I have some good letters saying, hey, here's what's the situation. I get it back. So I get a top secret security clearance back. Get out of jail. Top secret security clearance back.
3 weeks in jail.
I'm on 3 weeks in jail. Locked down again. And
3 weeks is a lot better than 4 months.
Yeah. So 3 weeks is okay. And well, there you know. Now I'm back in the training cycle. Now I'm fucking like, I can't believe this.
You're right back. Like,
Dude,
holy shit, I'm alive.
I can't believe this, bro.
I'm sorry. When you go to jail, now it's not like you're a 22-year-old, little bit of a fuck up. Now you're like a badass Navy SEAL with multiple deployments.
30-year-old SEAL.
Like, what are the cops saying? Like, hello,
like,
sir,
damn,
welcome.
Bro. No, they're like, hey, what's up, man? And like, I get along with people, and I get right on program. Dude, I start working out. I start doing my thing, and I just, I can assimilate real easily into an institution super well. But it was good. They're like, hey, well, cool. And they didn't even, here's the thing, they didn't even put me in handcuffs. They said, we're not going to put them in handcuffs. Because I came in my dress blues. They were super cool with me. They didn't put me in handcuffs. And it was a little bit different the second time around. No,
oh, my God.
So I went in. So they were super respectful with me. And that was not a bad process at all. Got out, and now I'm back in it. And it was fucking amazing. And I'm locked on as fuck. I'm not allowed to drink. Not allowed to do drugs. Obviously, I'm in the military anyway, but I had a formal probation officer. They could test me at any time for anything. Mm-hmm. I technically couldn't leave San Diego without permission, which was weird. I couldn't own a weapon, which is weird. So, but
you can use a weapon.
Yeah, so there was a lot of weird gray stuff, but it was so gray and weird, and everybody knew it was, that it was like, I'm on an interstate compact transfer, because technically I wasn't supposed to leave Idaho, so that had to get approved.
Oh, shit.
So there was like a lot of moving parts, but they were like, so I was actually kind of just left to my own devices. And I was locked on as fuck for like a month. That's like a month. And that's the thing. And it wasn't like, yeah, this was 2016. And it wasn't like I was just like fucking off. Like I was like, bro, I got to like keep it locked on. It's like I hadn't built my self-worth yet in my disciplines. Like I hadn't understood the bigger picture. I wasn't operating out. I was still selfish, man. I wasn't thinking about the team. I wasn't thinking about.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.